So it's not that long ago that you pulled out the big stops with a live stream to announce Disney Infinity 2.0, Marvel superheroes. Really, it is all about Marvel superheroes. That's been the pitch so far. You've been showing off a lot of cool stuff. Got the Spider-Man playset over there, something that sort of missed from that announcement, and a lot of people were wondering about. And of course, the Avengers Start Pack that you're letting people have hands on here. But can you tell us a little bit, because this is like a multi-tiered experience, Disney Infinity here at E3. What are you guys showing off here on the floor?
So we're showing off today like the Avengers playset, which is in the starter pack, and you're going to be able to play as the Hulk, Iron Man, Captain America, Black Widow, and Hawkeye, which is super fun. Like I'm a huge Marvel geek, by the way, so you'll get a little geek out. And then we're showing off the expansion, which is the Spider-Man playset, where you can play as Spider-Man, Iron Fist, Nova, Venom, or Nick Fury. And that's a really, really fun playset. I actually, back in the day when I was, many years ago, I actually worked on Spider-Man games. So it's like really exciting for me to actually go back and be able to...
Which ones?
I worked on Spider-Man 3 with Treyarch, and I was a tester on Ultimate Spider-Man. And then I worked a little bit early on with Spider-Man Web of Shadows, which, man, wow, I'm really dating myself. It's like crazy. But no, it's really fun to be able to go back and like experience that fun with Spider-Man again. And the guys at Avalanche have seriously knocked it out of the park. If you haven't tried it yet, you should, after we get done with this, you need to really check out like the swinging and stuff. It's smooth and sweet. They really nailed it. And then besides that, we're actually standing in what we've sort of codenamed the Marvel Toy Box. We're showing off all the fun stuff inside the toy box that's like more Marvel-centric. And then one door over, we're actually showing off the Disney toy box, which has, we just announced Merida and Maleficent like a week ago. And there are 2 new characters that are going to be playable in the toy box. Really, really fun to play Merida. Like, I'm a huge Pixar fan, so I was like super excited. We're like, oh, we're going to do Merida. I'm like, yes. So that's what we're showing off today.
Yeah, because that was one of the reactions that came out. Of course, Marvel fans very happy about it. But the fans of the first game were like, but what about the Disney characters, the classic Disney characters? I mean, you can't please them all, but you are trying to at least please them.
Totally. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. Everyone realize now, we're not abandoning Disney. We're just doing a major focus on Marvel this time, but we are not abandoning Disney in the slightest. We'll be announcing like more Marvel stuff and more Disney stuff. So there's definitely more stuff to come. I mean, remember we announced 1.0? Everyone's like, wait a minute, where's this character? Why is there this character here? And I was like, guys, like we're not showing everything on the first day. Come on. I mean, we have to show stuff over time. So yeah, there's definitely a lot more fun stuff. Actually, one of my favorite things about this 2.0 edition, we haven't announced yet, but when you guys see it, you'll know what it is and you're gonna love it. It's so good.
That's a teaser if there ever was one. But I mean, I guess part of it is also like making sure that it's compatible, that you can sort of carry. It's something that you're going to flesh out over many years as well. It's not just one product that's coming out and this is what you get.
Yeah, no, it's in the, remember like we always said, like Disney Infinity is a platform, so we're just building on that platform. Like all the innovations we're doing inside of like the characters and the toy box itself. So I mean, for example, characters now can go to level 20. And they have skill trees. So you actually, as you level up, you can purchase individual skills for every character. So remember the promise about like, this is my Jack Sparrow or my Mr. Incredible, it actually adds to that because now we can hang out and we may both have Spider-Man figures, but because you chose different skills from mine, yours acts differently from mine. You may be more web-centric and I may be more combat-centric. So that's really exciting. And then in Toy Box, we all recognized in 1.0, building stuff in Toy Box was a little tough for kids or 33-year-old men. And we wanted to make sure it was more accessible. You could do stuff and get in there and just start, really just pimping out your Toy Box. So we actually created something called Brushes and Builders. So Brushes, this is really, really exciting stuff. You actually draw like a volume inside the Toy Box, and then you can put something in there like, I want a city that's this big, and it'll automatically build it for you, procedurally. And we have toys that'll do that. Like we actually have like a tree house. So every time it builds a tree house in your toy box, it's different. And then the builders, they're really cute. So remember all the little blockheads or townspeople? Certain ones of those you can put down and they will just start building stuff for you. So like for instance, like remember the king from Aladdin, the Sultan, excuse me. You put him down, he'll start building like Agrabah themed stuff inside your toy box, just all on his own. So it's really great. Like, for instance, my 5-year-old nephew, he loves running around beating up his 8-year-old brother as Dash, but he always said, like, it's tough. I don't want to spend all that time building. Now he can just literally just throw stuff down and then do whatever he wants very quickly within minutes. So it's really, really exciting.
Yeah, so opening up the experience to more people, I guess, is the key there. I guess you also got a mention at a couple of the press conferences this year. Anything you care to share about that, about the Sony announcement and about what Nintendo said?
Oh yeah, so the Nintendo thing I haven't heard yet, so you have to refresh.
Wasn't it that there's going to be some sort of communication with the NFC thing?
Well,
or am I mistaken?
I know that they announced they had toys with their Nintendo gamepad. I don't know specifically what they were referring to. I didn't have a chance to see that interview yet. But with the other one, which I'm trying to remember the other part of the question. Oh, Sony. Sorry. It's still early for us here. So no, Sony, I actually know a lot about this, so it's really exciting. So we announced that we have a collector's edition that will be available at Sony, where you're going to get that, by the way, it's massive setting with that cool like Frost Giant. You can put all your figures on it. You get all the Avenger figures, including the Incredible Hulk. Now here's where we need to clean it up a little bit. The Hulk is not a PS4, PS3 exclusive. It's just time. You'll be able to buy the Hulk 2 months later at retail. But if you want the Hulk day one, you buy the PS3 or PS4 collector's edition, boom. You got all the characters, including the Hulk, right there. Which is,
I mean, key of it is also that it's sort of, you don't have to stick with the platform. Yeah,
all the figures are console agnostic again, just like on Infinity 1.0. Now you're probably wondering about that Vita and that PS TV announcement. Well, you came to the right guy because I'm actually in charge of that one. So the Vita, we're going to try to make as comparable to the PS3, like everything, like toys, play sets, the whole 9 yards for the Vita version. And then also we want to make sure it's compatible with PS TV. So we're striving to give you that console experience on the go with the Vita. And technically at home in another room at the PS TV. So, pretty cool, huh?
Absolutely. I mean, it is one of those games that I can imagine production being kind of sprawling because there's so many platforms you're working on, so many different things. It's almost like a modular approach, I would imagine, to the whole development.
Oh, yeah. I mean, so we have different groups going at different times. Like, you know, we have a PC version, we have an iOS version, we had a Windows 8 version last year. Wow, that was a very tough timeline. We got that one out. And then now we're doing like Vita, and we're doing iOS and PC again, but it's all based off the console, so we have to follow the console to be able to leverage their assets and their work for our versions, even though they might be different. So it's definitely like juggling is an understatement, maybe juggling with chainsaws. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, it's a challenge, but it's a lot of fun and every day, and like I get to do fun stuff with this all the time, which is, I mean, talk about a perk. It's pretty awesome.
And of course, there's a lot ahead, and this is 2.0 next year, big year for the Disney Corporation. I'm sure you're aware of, and we're all hoping that maybe you'll have something to do with that as well.
Oh, you mean that thing, the J.J. Abrams thing? So we're only talking about the cool stuff today here, or I'll use my 1.0 response. Are you trying to get me fired? No, but no. Well, like. You got to remember, Disney Infinity is a platform for everything Disney, past, present, and future. It was specifically built with that in mind. Right now, you know, we're focusing on Marvel. I mean, dude, they're killing it. Like, I don't know of any other like group where it's like, oh, we released a movie. Oh, there's $1 billion in the pocket. It's like crazy. So it's like really, really exciting and a lot of fun. But yeah, no, we've built this system to be able to support anything into the future. So very cool stuff.
Excited about that, but first of all, we gotta try and get through as much of the fan favorites of Marvel as possible. That's a tall enough order. Yeah. Thank you so much for your time.
Hey, no problem. Thank you. It's always a pleasure.